Thank you for joining in another session of the 2 Cents podcast, my podcast. I'm your man Nino. Please, people, continue hitting them like buttons and continue them subscriptions coming. Thank you to my fans, my audience, and my listeners. I have one thrown at me that I have a little personal awareness about, but it was interesting, so I'm going to try to delve off into it. Can a man accept a woman being his job superior? Let me repeat that for the fellas and the beautiful women out there. Can a man accept a woman being his job superior? Yes. It's probably a lot of people say no, but yes. And I'm a big advocate of this because I don't have no problem with it too. Yes, in most circumstances, indeed, a man absolutely can accept a woman being his job superior. Now, this is the turning of the pages to this. And we're going to try to go through this, and it's also a smooth transition. You know, I also know it says in the good book that a lot of times a woman can't be the leader. You know, a man is the lead. But I believe in a job site or a workplace, a woman can be a leader. A woman can be superior because peeps, fellas, a lot of women work hard as men, believe me. I can remember, before I'm going to get back into it, I had this job and I ran the line. And I remember I had a whole line, my whole production line was females. And when I tell you that I can instruct, give details, lead things, have my ladies go get them invoices and tell them what need to be done while I go off and do paperwork or go meet with other managers. Them ladies paid attention to detail. They ran their line very productive. And contrary to the fellas, and this is not a knock on the fellas, but a lot of times the fellas was too competitive or was kind of lazy at times, but still you had some guys that was getting in. The women would get it in, have them orders done, and I'm talking about the completion was great. So yes, I believe a woman can be a job superior. But back to the title. It's going to be a smooth transition. It's also a big deal of how the workplace, how the culture, how the environment, how that is, because, men's expectations, majority of the time, is that a man is a superior. And we do see that. Men are mostly superiors. But it can be a changing of the guards. It really can. Because like I say, women can do their due diligence and get down, grind, and show they shine too. And they also can lead because a woman, a lot of time, maybe even pay attention to detail a little bit more than a man. Not knocking men because I believe they both can work together. You can have a woman lead, but you can always have a man lead. And, the majority of the time, you're going to have a man that's leading because that's just how it is. Men are born to be leaders. And you're going to have, mostly in management and big companies, you're going to have men leading. But I have seen, and I have actually had a woman as my job superior, and I didn't have no problem with it. It can be done, folks. It's not no problem. Do not get intimidated by female priors. Don't get intimidated by a female priors or her doing her thing as a superior because it is equal and professional authority is awarded. If that woman deserves that and she's working and she's getting her grind on, she deserves much as that reward. Gender shouldn't come into play. She deserves much as that award. She deserves much of that promotion as a man do. I'm telling you, I have been there, I have seen it. Now, I'm going to get into some of the little things about why a man can accept a woman being the job superior. Why? Possibly. And steady becoming common. Reward is key to any workplace. Qualifications, being in the trenches, are primary determinants or determine a promotion. Not if a woman or a man, a male or a female, if a woman shows a high degree in superiority and she shows skills and great leadership skills, she can be a shot caller and you can be very productive. A woman can lead, believe me. No reason why she shouldn't earn that promotion or being a supervisor because she's a woman. And a lot of men don't have no gripe or beef with it. I'm telling you, I have worked at a place where the woman was our superior. It was like 6 women and it was like about 11 guys. And it was a woman that ran our little show, that ran our show. And believe me, that woman, along with the other ladies, but that woman had us on key. And we didn't have no problem with it because she was out there getting it in, getting sweaty, just like us. I know a lot of people think a woman running or being a superior, she just gonna lay back, let the men do all the hard work. But no, that woman, that lady was our superior, but she was putting orders. She was also doing shipping and receiving. We had pallets, so she would put the product on there, and she would, put the boxes on the product. She was putting in the ground. She was also filling orders. She kept the line running. I mean, she wasn't just a woman that was just pretty and giving orders and giving instruction. She was out there mixing it up just like a man. I'm talking about, and then get the pallet jack, and once we would, fulfill the orders and load up a pallet with all the orders, with the shipping and receiving, she would use the pallet jack and put it and take it to another department. That woman was getting down, and we as men, the level of men that was in her little group, we didn't have no problem with it because she showed and she earned her respect because she gave respect. She wasn't lazy or nothing. We was very impressed by that woman. Legal projections about, the equality of a woman can be a job superior just like a man can be. Discrimination of being a woman or a man is prohibited or illegal to many workplaces, which are very liable for a lawsuit based on merit if it's not earned. You cannot stop a woman from being a lead if she has earned it. If she is putting in the time, if she comes to work, she's on time. Because remember, a lot of time, when you're on time, you're late. A lot of job has windows. Like say, you have to be to work at 3 o'clock, or you have to be to work at 3. 2:45 is really when you should be there, because when you're on time, you are late. But a lot of women do that. A lot of women will come early, they will stay late, where a man will take off soon as the horn blows because he's ready to get up out of there. But back to that, legal projection and legal things will come in the mix if this lady is putting it out way more than the man, and just for some reason, this company or these group of people that run the company just want to keep promoting men. No, that's a lawsuit. That is discrimination. That is so much discrimination. Because remember, it doesn't matter male or female. It doesn't matter what's going on. It's about who is productive, who is on time, who gets that company numbers going. So if that woman has showed up and showed out, I don't see no reason where you can't stop her from the promotion. She deserved that promotion. She's putting in sweat. She's putting in the work. She's putting in the time. And she's doing it with a smile. So fellas wouldn't have no gripe. That company shouldn't have no gripe. Reward that woman because she is putting in work. She's just not a pretty little thing that just sitting back and getting by because she's a female that's pretty. She is actually putting in the duration and she earned that reward. Promotion of a woman is because she is meeting company standards and company policy, as I said. Not because she is undeniably beautiful. And again, people get it twisted because they think a beautiful woman can't get in the trenches and mix it up. And a beautiful woman can. She can get her hands dirty too. or slept with an employee that's higher up or have a higher job title or status. We always think that women promotion is because, especially they beautiful, they had to sleep around and it was an earn. You know, they took shortcuts to get to it. But no, a lot of women work hard for it. A lot of women, just because she's beautiful, just because her nails done, just because she keeps herself in shape, just because she's eye candy, doesn't mean she can't get down and dirty and earn her merit and her rewards, because that's false. Or if she has a relative that's on the company or, you know, on the board, a lot of times they think a woman can't be a woman gets a superior job role because she has maybe family or a friend that's on the board or in a higher place. But a lot of times that woman just earned that. So no, again, a woman can just work. You can't knock that, because don't take a woman because she just being beautiful or stereotyping her because then she slept around and she didn't earn it. Women have done did that, but that's old news. Just like a man can also use certain ways to get his promotion. But a lot of women are just silent and they earn it the old-fashioned hard way. They earn it and they work for it. So, you know, but no, don't do that, because if that happens, I guarantee you a complaint will be filed. And a lot of companies don't want no legal projection. They don't want no lawsuit, no legal complaints, or no legal invoices that's prohibiting that woman for being, you know, a superior. They don't want no problem with that. So a lot of jobs love the idea of promoting women. And a lot of jobs love the idea of promoting women with the okay from the men, because believe me, they go to men and ask them too. It's just not they promote women, they also is asking men. And a lot of times in this day and time, a lot of guys, is myself, they don't have no problem with it, because we are here to get the job done. Women can lead and get the job done just like men can lead and get the job done. I'm talking about really, they can keep it 100. Shifting society norms, society stereotypes, surfaces, the ideology that women are inferior or incapable in job workplaces are less prevalent. Society is coming to the grips that women can be supervisors and managers, and men don't have any static or problem with it. It's facts now. Things have turned. Men don't have no problem with it. I'm telling you, the women can get down and do their thing, man. I mean, it's no problem. Also, you know, society, look at a lot of jobs now. Don't you know at a lot of the jobs like Amazon and a lot of big-time jobs like that, it's not only men that are supervisors and superior, it's women that's running there. And things are getting completed, orders, all of that. The times have changed. I know old school, it's always that, you know, the stereotype or the norm is the man leads and the woman follows. And that's still basically how it goes with life. But it's not nothing wrong with when you work in a job. A lot of times a woman can lead. You should be able to take direction for a woman. Also, fellas, you should be able to be reprimanded for a woman. It's not nothing wrong with that. You can be reprimanded and take direction for a man. You can be reprimanded and take direction for a woman. It's not nothing wrong with that. And it's men, as myself, cool with it. Don't have no problem with it. We all here to get a check to get paid, long as the job done. Because at times I have seen that man can be a little bit more lethargic and lazy than that woman. And it can be more problem with that man leading than that woman. A man has been slipping on his game as a superior leader or manager or supervisor. And who you think came to the rescue? It wasn't another man. It was a woman that came in there and turned that whole thing around. Turned the culture around, had the atmosphere great, you know, had it cool, down to business, but had it fun. I mean, that's just how I get down. Growth and flexibility. Accepting female leadership from a man can be a very valuable lesson for growth, etc. It needs a man to be flexible, open, and exercise perspective understanding, changing his thinking patterns. Men have already did that. A lot of men have already did. You still got some hard-headed men that want to be stubborn, want to slow up things because they believe, well, a woman is not going to leave me. But I believe a lot of that's just further than the job site working. That's the job relationship. I believe they have some internal things that's going on. It might have been a woman has been a problem with them in a personal relationship, not even work related. But, a lot of men don't have a problem with it. A lot of men do. But what you going to do about it? Because if that woman has earned her right, she got the backing of the company. She got the company policy. She got the CEO. She got the president. She might even have the owner. So what you going to do? You're going to either accept it and move on, or you going to sit there, stand there, and hold up progress. And when that comes, a lot of times they just are gone. Who do you think they're going to get rid of? They're going to get rid of that woman who's doing her job. They're going to get rid of you, that everybody else is all aboard with it, women and men, and you holding up progress or the process, so they're going to get rid of you. I mean, man, it's no big deal because this woman is telling you something. She has went and earned her credentials. She has just studied. She has earned the right. She has to earn her keep, if you dig what I'm saying. Possibly challenges and how to address them. Personal bias. So men see themselves traditional, or the norm to them is a male gender being a superior. That's right. And most men are mostly creatures of habit. Yes, we are, in most circumstances. A man is superior, or boss, or led, or a manager. So that's what they are accustomed to. But habits, routines are meant to be changed. They already been changed. It's already been changed. And men are usually, again, who calls and who runs everything, who keeps the warehouse going, who keeps the business going, who keeps the process going. But a woman can come into it with her, a woman can come into it. She's smart, crafty, creative, and she can put her touch on it. A lot of times, even I done seen management and jobs I have heard, they have two-way superiors. They have a man and a woman superior, and they both evenly yoked. It's not one has more power than the other, or one can tell one word comes down heavier than the other. Both of them evenly are running the show, and there's no problem with it. It's no problem with it. But again, habits and routines can be changed. Not just workplace, just life, period. And they have been changing that. Again, women are running things a lot just like the men. Still, men probably on the national survey run things far more superior, but women are running things and doing a great job. And the nice thing about it, it's a lot of fellas who are working hard for them women don't have no problem with it. Because as them women are superior and running the show, they're getting them fellas promotions. They're getting them raises on their job, on their pay scale, so it's really not no problem. Insecurity and a lack of confidence. And you do have fellas that do this. Some men have a real big deal processing or accepting the fact that a woman can be a leader, lead them, taking direction, criticism, even being reprimanded by a woman or women. Reasoning may be from prior relationships, not even those at the workplace or the work site, or maybe just personal. Being aware of these issues, working on fixing these issues via therapeutic, self-reflection, or counseling. Well, of course, that job is going to get that, they're going to get that right, But I believe a man will go look himself in the mirror and say, really, through self-reflection, what by this woman leading is we really falling off? Is it penalizing me? I'm still, we still is getting things out. I'm still getting my money like I need to get. And, maybe a little counseling will help, because sometimes people, again, are just hard to change. They're stuck in their ways. So you have to use creative new ways, or you have to have someone talk to them to show them a new way of doing things. I know how a woman once time, she had something similar like this, and the men didn't give her no chance because they were stuck in a way of men doing it. The woman sit down after work, pulled them all to the side, brought them in there, and gave them a little example of how she gonna do everything. She showed phase 1 to phase 2 to phase 3 to phase 4. After that, the men didn't have no problem with it because they heard her talk, but she was also walking the walk. She explained it out. Eventually, they even approved of her process more than the man that was running it. See, a lot of times you just have to show people. But yeah, men, we know, good, strong man, traditional man, it is hard to change them. But if you show them something and how that woman showed them, it can be changed. But the lady showed them, had new ingenious ideas, showed how you can get the product out in less time, because time is money. They didn't have no problem. They was all aboard. They loved it. After that, she didn't have no problem with them. She ran that place, she ran that line like it was nothing, and it was very productive. And they all got raises, nice raises when time came up, because a lot of times the production consists of the employees' raises, so they came out of nowhere, and it was great for them. So again, once she showed them phase 1, phase 2, to phase 3, to phase 4, a lot of times you just have to show people. They have to see it for themselves, and it wasn't no problem at all. Resistance from colleagues. Some fellas, male workers, no matter what, are going to take a stand, boycott, working or being under the guidance of a female, a lead person, potentially keeping a negative work environment. What's needed are schedule a meeting resulting in open communication, awareness, gender equality, also a strong leadership from management. Some knuckleheads are just hard-headed. They just don't want to see it. They're going to raise all kind of hell. They're going to bring all kind of beef. They're going to, I'm going to say it a little bit, they're basically kind of hating, because this woman is doing what she's supposed to do. She is doing what is asked of her. And the numbers show the rate. She is putting out great numbers. Her line, her people is putting out great numbers. But you have some men, this figure, a woman have to always defer. They can't stand out front. They have to be behind. And fortunately, companies, even Fortune 500 companies, not a lot, but they are with gender equality. They are what a woman can do this. We need open communication. Let's talk it out. But men are still stubborn when the woman talk it out. They will say, well, let's talk it out. When you have a problem, let's, speak on it. Let's get together and just lay everything out on the table. With that, you still have men that just was brought up in that traditional way, and they don't see nothing but one way. A man can run it, and that's it. And a woman just gonna have to be on the back burner. They not thinking that the woman's not smart or don't have it, but they are just locked in. Their ways have been cemented where no way this woman's gonna run this. This is what a man has to run. But, strong leadership from management, that's when they step in and say, listen, I'm not in this for the betterment of your ways, of your tradition, management is going to step in and have conferences and talk for the betterment of that company, for the production, for us making money. So if this woman, just like this man, is an asset to my company in her leadership superior role, then I'm going to roll with this woman. It's not nothing wrong with it. And if change need to be made and she fall off and she don't keep up her superiority or she don't keep up her leadership role, then of course changes will be made where there can be another woman get promoted or a man can get back promoted. But you can't be stubborn, and a lot of men are, and just want to stand off and want to boycott because they just figure, they kind of prejudice in their ways of where a man should run it, a man can run it. But this is going into the 21st century, people. And gender equality is at its biggest height with anything, with everything, especially in workplaces, especially with superiority and being boss. Again, I'm going to say this, and I'm a strong man. I don't have a problem with a woman being my superior because I have had a woman that was my superior. Our line ran great. I got my raises. I was getting a little overtime. We weren't having no problem. Yeah, now and then she went a little extra because I think she had that in her mindset that she's a woman, and it was like, again, it was a little bit more men on the line than it was women, so she like, I'm gonna have to prove it because I know these men think I can't step up to the plate. But basically she was cool. She paid attention to detail. She was early, because when you're on time, she was late. It go back to that saying where if you're supposed to be there at 3 o'clock, actually you should be there at 2:45. That was the kind of boss lady she was, and she would come early and leave late. I didn't have no problem with it, and I don't have no problem now because I'm the type of person, if I see the bosses, superiors, falling out, whether they male or female, I'm going to peep that. And I'm going to try to get that correct, because if they not coming with it right, then it's going to trickle down to the workers, and then we not coming right. And then if we not coming right, there's no production, there's no bonuses, there's no wage increase, that we can't make more money. And for one thing, we all here, and I know we have to work, but we're here to get bonuses, make more money, try to retire, put money in our 401k, do all of that. So, again, I have had a woman as a superior, and it wasn't no problem to me. Can a man accept a woman being their job superior? Yes, I can, and I know a lot of men can, but if you want to pivot, it's still a lot of men out there probably say nay to that. No, I can't. But everybody has their opinion, and everybody has their choice. Can a man accept a woman being his job superior? 2 cents. This is my podcast.